Good morning, everyone. How are you doing today? This is Rabbit from Properly Casual Gaming. Coffee is always delicious. Today we're going to talk about Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord. And why are we going to talk about this? Well, because I updated my game to the 1.3 beta branch yesterday. It was like 2.4 gigs to update it. I was impressed. I was expecting the game to be even more than what it currently was. Much better. Lots of bug fixes. And it turns out that just wasn't the case. My game continued crashing repeatedly. I couldn't make it through the tutorial. My old save just simply would not run. Instead of running at a solid 50 to 80 frames per second, which is pretty good for my computer. I don't have the best PC, but it does okay. I am now running on the overworld map, running at 40, dropping down to 30, and even chugging down to 15 in busy areas with a lot of bandits. And then battles are just, it was just unplayable. So I started a new game and thought, hey, I'll record some video, do the tutorial for everybody, and just, see what happens. And I got out of the character creation screen. I left the initial combat tutorial area, and my game crashed. And then crashed again. And then again. So I thought what we would do today is talk briefly about what all is going on, and I found a really interesting thread on the Tail Worlds forum that says early access equals exhausting alpha. And just let people know that not only is the current game or the current state of the game kind of broken, and it's mostly a visually upgraded warband, there's a lot to look out for. Now, I want to hedge this at the start by saying, listen, guys, I love this game. All I was looking for when I bought this game initially was a visually updated warband. And it's got, well, it would have more than that if if half of the stuff would work. Right now, as far as I can tell, most of your culture feats don't work. Many of the actual feats throughout your skills list don't actually work. But the base is there. The combat, which is what brings really most people in. The combat and the overworld map traversal. The quests are there, although many of them are bugged. And the ability to really take over the entirety of Calradia. That's what I was looking for. But I'm highly disappointed that 8 years of development have led to just a buggy, messy, visually updated warband. Before we get too deep and start reading, don't forget to like the video and leave me a comment. Subscribe to the channel. Of course, we're brand new. We would love to have your subscription here on Properly Casual Gaming. But the best thing you guys can do is share these videos out if you want to help the channel grow. Let's read Steam forums, massive bug list. And what we're going to do is go to the bottom down here. We're just going to go to the last page. That's it. We're not going to go through all of them, just what's been reported on the last page. An hour ago. And let's switch over here so you guys can see this. 1 hour ago. Not critical, but funny. My army of 400 plus veterans engaged a 15 looter party. Each of my soldiers should be able to crush all of them without a casualty, but in the simulation, 3 people died. The AI simulation is just garbage in this game. New patch stopped the game from running. That's where I am, although that's not me. I can't start up the game. Game first crashed. I verified files. Game acknowledged they're missing. Tries to get them, but 2 files won't come down. While doing a siege, when you use the siege tower that has 3 ladders, your men just stand at the bottom. This has been going up. This has been going on, rather, for at least the last 3 weeks, at least. The Angry Joe quick review mentioned this problem specifically. And at the pace at which they're updating this game and they're putting out patches and stuff, you would think that that would be priority. When you ask leaders about the Folly quest and then try to attack them, another quest issue, beta 1.3, Garrison, faulty logic to Garrison decision making. 1.3 beta, I'm now experiencing stuttering, so performance issues. Beta 1.3, skills not working. That's right, it's there, and it's not just me. We can switch over now to the Tail World forums themselves, and what we're going to look at here is we're going to look at just the known bugs list, just a few, and see what they fixed or not yet fixed. Right now, dialogue, typos, errors missing. This is not important. I just want to put that out there, and I'm not going to complain that they haven't fixed any of it. But what I am going to say is it's pretty telling that they haven't fixed even simple dialogue errors. Game freezes and crashes. None of those known issues are fixed. Inconsistencies. We won't reveal that, but it's not fixed. Weird grid rendering. That's been fixed. I haven't noticed that anymore in my games. I was noticing it in arenas that I would just have a blank grid where the graphics were supposed to be. Weird grid rendering. We already clicked that one. Here we go. UI. None of that is fixed. Exploits. None of that's fixed. Now, here's what we're going to get to that really, that's really the meat of this video, and that is this dude makes this post Tuesday at noon. He makes this post, and it's a pretty good summing up of what I would call the overall experience right now with BannerLord. Let's go into this and read. I want to be as respectful as I can to the devs. I really love a lot of the new features and the fact that the AI doesn't cheat as much. I kind of don't give an eef consciously if the game looks gorgeous because I have no taste. Maybe my lizard brain likes it. But it is pretty much everything but the combat broken in this goat rodeo. I understand the devs have game-breaking crashes to fix first, but does it annoy me that my number one gripe isn't even on the known issues list? Here are my observations of everything that's completely broken and bugging me. Not in like a tee-hee we made a whoopsie way, but in a this is clearly not undergone any playtesting at all way. These are just my gripes. I'm not knocking the game, just venting my frustration. Personality traits are bugs so that any increase to them actually resets your level to 0. I'm not kidding. This is a real thing. I used console traits to give my personality traits back, and then after earning towards increasing them, they'd immediately disappear. I haven't noticed this, probably because earning any experience towards them resets them to 0, so I haven't even noticed this. And I've got almost 80 hours into the game right now. Town starve with maddening speed. I have noticed this. There's something janky about the market mechanics where the slightest whiff of war will send prosperous towns into a starvation death spiral, which will annihilate your garrison. Every war quickly descends into endless, stupid doom stacks of recruits. I have noticed this, that the nations that are at war end up having 5, 6, 7, 1,800 stacks of recruits and people. They just endlessly have people, and there's never any troops for you once real wars start breaking out. The AI lords almost never tactically retreat. Absolutely never sacrifice soldiers to get a retreat, and get in way too many fights they obviously can't win and can't negotiate for their own release. Let's move you back. Some skills are effectively impossible to level, which can make it impossible to level the companions for more focus/ability points. I'm looking squarely at leadership, engineering, and combat skills. Engineering is easy to level once you start sieging, but leadership, I still don't know how to really effectively level leadership. I made the apparently boneheaded mistake of putting points into leadership, one-handed polearm, engineering, and trade, which meant that I can't level combat beyond peasant level without getting into bazillions of life or death fights and getting more confirmed kills than Chris Kyle dozens of times over. Trade. There you go. Fun fact, it's not worth getting a surgeon if your learning limit's over 80. All of the medic companions have had like 0 to 2 intelligence, so it's impossible to level them beyond that. Why can't we get good medics and train them up? And don't get me started on smithing. The only way to level up Ira, the way her stats are laid out, is to grind smithing. It's the only skill where she has enough learning limit to trigger a level up. Inheritance mechanics make me cry tears of blood. There's so many things wrong here. That's it, guys. That's all the ragging I'm going to do on this game. I wanted y'all to see that, though, for the specific reason of pointing out that it's not a bad game, but it's a broken game right now. The bones are there to make this game great, and I wish they would. And I know people in the comments are going to rail on me about early access and, oh, it's an early access game. That does not excuse more development than a AAA game. A full AAA release takes between 4 and 6 years, sometimes 8 years. Some take longer, of course. Some don't. But on average, you can Google it. It's about 4 to 6 years for a full AAA release. I know this is a smaller team. I know they don't have the budget, etc., etc. I get it. But 8 years of development for essentially a more broken, visually upgraded warband. That's all I'm saying. I think they could have gave us better, and I think they can fix this and make this great. But if you're planning on buying this anytime soon, or you got questions about it, I would wait. It does have its problems. And this is coming from someone that this is one of my favorite games in the world. And right now, this is probably what I would consider the best game I own. Hope you guys have a great day. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and see you guys on Monday.